And the light goes to green.
Okay, some technical stuff to get that out of the way. You should hear me on your left front, and we go
To the mic again. I'm talking to you with the SM58, Shure SM58, through 18 speakers in this bus. It's a hybrid Aura 3D Dolby Atmos system. For those interested, I will use this system in a later video to do point source testing with ambisonics first and second order. On the right hand side you have the PXL campus, part of the larger PXL university and high schools. There is a campus in PXL where you can study sound engineering, more to the music oriented side of the business, and also things like artist management. On the left hand side here you have the swimming pool in the distance, but we will pass that later on in this video. We will take a right here and go to the center of the town. On the left you can see the Kolonel Dusart plan, Square Kolonel Dusart. Charles Dusart was a colonel in the First World War who battled against the German army, and it was an army base used for a long time, also for all the people that had to go do 1 year of army service, which was the case until the early 90s. In front of you you can see the public library of Hasselt, and we will go onto the small ring now and see on the right hand side the old prison, which is now also part of the Hasselt University. They reconverted the building and hopefully did a good job so that students don't feel like they are in a prison. We will now continue to the Kempische Poort, right at the red light. Kempische Poort, which was one of the gates of the walls around the town in earlier years. On the left hand side you can see the Diepenbeek, which is the most popular shopping street and goes from here till the other side of the town, which we will pass later on. In front of us we have the local harbor. It's an arm of the Albert Canal, and in this neighborhood used to be a popular discotheque called Dockside, but it's now all reconverted with new apartments and shopping buildings. If you are looking for a hotel, one of them is the Holiday Inn on your left hand side. On the left hand side is a very nice neighborhood to have a walk, but that can be said of the whole town, which is rather cozy. We will now pass the Hendrik Van Veldeke statue on the left hand side. Hendrik Van Veldeke was one of the first writers of the people, as they say, having lived and worked in the second half of the 12th century. You can see it on the left hand side here. As you will notice, the audio on this video is spatial audio, so if you look around, the sound will follow the direction you are looking. On YouTube this will be first order ambisonics. This guide is now recorded to the multiple speaker system via Octomic, resulting in a near second order ambisonics that we will add to the original video. On the right hand side is the road you would take to go to the train station in Hasselt. It's on the right hand side here in the corner. We will now pass on the left hand side the Leopold Square, named after the first king of Belgium. Belgium became independent in 1830 and the first king was Leopold I. The monarchy liked the name very much because there were two other kings later on that chose the same name, Leopold II and Leopold III. On the left hand side you can see the other side of the Diepenbeek, so we are now 180 degrees around town. And on the left hand side is the end of the shopping street that I mentioned earlier on. Here on the left you can see the mirror building. If you look up, it's the building that has been a part of the city council and was built and designed or co-designed by Jasper Eyers architects. They also are known for a lot of buildings in Brussels, such as the Brussels airport and also the Rogier Tower that you can see in one of the other 360 videos that we have on our channel. In front of us we see another part of the PXL campus. I think, if I'm correct, that you can study for nurse here. And we are almost full circle around town. We will now be passing the Maastrichterstraat, because that road pointed to Maastricht in the Netherlands. We're not quite there yet, but in about 100 meters. It's quite nice hearing the ticking sounds for blind people when we pass the red lights. So here the road, when you go to the right, would point to Maastricht, and on the left hand side you have the Maastrichterstraat. And we are again at the Kolonel Dusart Square with the underground parking if you are looking for a parking spot. And a quite popular neighborhood to have a drink on the left hand side. You can still see a part of the original Kolonel Dusart base, army base that they left. It's part of the wall of the original caserne. So here on the left you can see, or left front, you can see the public library again. We will now leave town and go to the big ring. The Grote Ring as it's named locally. So in front we have the swimming pool that was renovated completely a few years ago and has an indoor and outdoor swimming pool. Behind it you can see the Japanese garden. And we will now head for the crossing with Hendrik. And if you would follow straight on the crossing, you will go to Diepenbeek. If you are on a bike, you can easily go underneath, which is a renovation that they did in recent years. On the left in front of you have Plopsaland, and if you continue a little bit further on this crossing, you will have Kinepolis on the right hand side, which is the film theater in Hasselt now. Here on the left hand side you have the province building, so it's the administration building of the province of Limburg. As you can see, you can go to the E313 here on your left hand side, and that is the highway connecting Antwerp with Liège. We will go on to this E313 later on in one of the next videos. If you go to the right here, you go to the local hospital, Verwilghensingel. And this will be the end of this part of the trip. I hope you had a nice time visiting Hasselt.